Hey, 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 happy Tuesday. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I'm Coach C, your financial coach, and I want to help you to reach and exceed your financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. Today, we're going to discuss why it's important to have financial boundaries to reach your financial success. Hey, thank you for joining. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go over financial boundaries. And by the end of this live, I hope that you can consider one to create. So happy Tuesday. Let's jump right in. All right. So what is a financial boundary? That is boundaries that you set to help you to stay on track financially, to reach your financial goals, to get to whatever you're trying to get to without allowing things to interfere. So you're setting boundaries just like any other boundaries. Boundaries are set to make sure you stay the course, you stay on track, you go the direction in which you're supposed to go. So financial boundaries are just that. All right. Why do we need financial boundaries? Because a lot of times, not a lot of times, but sometimes finances can be stressful. Depending on your situation, the boundaries could help you to avoid stress. It could help you to avoid, something going unexpectedly the wrong way, or it could be expected because you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, but because you don't have boundaries, you're not staying on track with your what you're supposed to be doing. So let's go. All right, I say we have some more people here. Let me know who's here with me because I don't know who's here unless you comment. So I can see if we have more people, but I don't know who it is. Hello, hello. So just a quick fill you in. We're talking about financial boundaries, why we need them, so we can stay on track, reaching goals. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. So let's see. Let's go. We're going to go over four financial boundaries. Now, there are quite a few boundaries, and your boundaries could be different than someone else's boundaries. But I'm giving you examples so you can see what financial boundaries are to kind of get a feel for it, an idea for it, and then kind of think like, which boundaries do I need to set for my finances? Do I need to set for myself that can enhance my finances? So let's get into the four financial boundaries that I have selected to discuss. And while you're thinking of them, I want you to let me know, even while I'm discussing them, like, oh, that's a boundary that I need to, to set, or, something like that. Or if it made you think of something that you could set. And also, before I even get started, it should be week one for those who accepted the challenge last week on working on their budget. How did week one go? Let me know in the comments before we even get started. I almost forgot. Let me see. I have notes. I need to check with four of you. So let me know how did your week one with your budget go? Let me know. Let me know. I know there's like a little delay. So while I'm waiting for you all to type in there to let me know how week one went, I'll quickly go over one more time. Financial boundaries are just like any other boundary. They are used to help you to stay the course to reach your financial goals, your financial aspirations. Just like any other boundary, they're just set to keep you on track, to keep you focused, and keep you going in the direction you're supposed to be going in. All right, so I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to just go into my four boundaries, and then I'll come back and check the comments and see, what you all said. So number one, oh, I could have done better, but I did some. Okay, so with your budget, you said you could have done better. I want you to let me know how you could have done better. Did you start the budget? Did you create the budget? Do you think you could have spent more time on it? What was it that you could have done better with it? And so, boundary number one for our finances, number one, which is a big one for a lot of people, is setting an amount of money to, or not even setting an amount of money, saying no to, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, budget went well. I stayed on course, returned some stuff, which made me have extra money, but throw it. Hey, congratulations. Hey, congratulations. That is awesome. I love to hear it. So week one went well for you. All right. All right, all right. Adding to the savings. Awesome. All right. All right. So what I was gonna say. So 4 boundaries we're gonna go over so that I keep getting off track. I created it, but I could have spent more time on it. Okay. All right. I like it. Improving, improving, improving. So next week you will do better and work on it longer. I love it. All right. And I'm gonna ask you all the next live and the next live, and then that'll be the 4th week, and then I'll leave you all alone with it. But I want to stay the course with you for the 4 weeks, for the whole month, to hold you accountable. All right, so yes, you will. Awesome. All right, so financial boundary number 1, I have say no to lending friends or family money that you can't afford to lose. This is a boundary that many people need to set. Many people know they need to set it, but they don't set this boundary. But this is a boundary that could mess you up because you love your family, you love your friends, you want to be there, you want to support them. But sometimes we, whoever cannot afford to give the money out. And sometimes we don't get it back. And sometimes they come back and ask again, and then ask again, and then ask again, and never give it back to you. And then what does that do? Throw you off of your budget. Because sometimes people feel like because you make more money than they do, that you are required to help them or give them money because you have more. No, what I've worked for is what I have. What I give or lend to you is my choice. I don't have to. Some people feel like you have to, and it's like it could go. Yes, that right there. Yes, it's. Listen, we don't think about it, but that's something that a lot of people deal with because we love, our family, our friends. So when they ask us, we want to be there for them. But some people will wear you out if you don't set a boundary for that. It could be bad for you because they don't care if you're not meeting your goals, if you're not paying all your bills, or if something falls behind on your finances, because guess what you're giving them is helping them. So that's what they care about. They can't see what you're probably not telling them. I need that. I had to do something. I had plans for this, or whatever. So you're suffering because you're giving to them. They do. Yeah. So what you can do, something to counteract that, when you have the boundary of either saying no to, lending money that you probably won't get back, or setting an amount that you're okay with not getting back for the month. Like, of course, I'm pro budget, so I want everybody to have a budget. So when you create your budget, when we're planning out all of our finances, and we talk about zero-based budget, where we account for every dollar that we get. So after you account for your bills for the month, whatever money you have left over, then you can say like, okay, I can afford to loan out or whatever, $100 without throwing myself off, and keeping in mind that, they say they're going to give it back, but if they don't give it back, it won't throw me off of my financial goals and plans. So that's something you could do. Set a limit for it. And if it's something that you run your budget and you see you don't even have it left, you don't have anything, no spare money, anything that you could afford to, then you can see what might be causing your financial issues with your own self. So it's something to look into. And that's why it's important to have a budget also, because you can't see what's going on or where you're going wrong or what's throwing you off course or off track if you're not looking at the whole picture. So create that budget if you haven't already. Number 2, protect your savings goal. Protect your savings goal. So do things that protect your savings. Okay, whether it be save first before you go out anywhere, before you go do things, on payday. Put your money in your savings, or have it automatically set up to automatically go to your savings account, or just save first. Put your savings somewhere else. Put your savings somewhere else. I thought something popped up, but it didn't. Put your savings somewhere else and save first. Because sometimes we'll go out, we'll go do stuff and say, I'm going to save later. I'm going to save with, after I finish doing this, I'm going to save, I know the money's in there. I'm not going to spend it. But sometimes we go out and we're spending and we overspend, and it's like, oh, I guess I'll double it next week. I would double it next week so I can make up for what I overspent this week. But then next week, what if something else comes up? What if something else comes up? So, I like that save first. Yeah, save first. Save first. And whether, depending on whatever you're saving for, it could be saving for different goals. It could be your emergency fund. Thank you. Could be your emergency fund because that's important. We need to be funding our emergency fund. So, whatever you're saving to, whatever kind of savings you have, put your money in your savings first. Number 3, saying no to unnecessary debt. So, most debt is debt that's unnecessary, except for like big debt, like a car or a home or something like that. That's big debt. That's like, unless you're a millionaire and it's necessary debt because you got to get it. You have to get it. So, but saying no to unnecessary debt. So, what you could do for that, if it's something that, yep. Hold on. Good one. Good question. All right. So saying, threw me off reading that question. Saying no to unnecessary debt. So what you could do is figure out what it is you want to buy. What is that debt? How much does it cost? Instead of putting it right on your credit card, save for it. Take the time to save for it. Now it's not costing you anything extra. No interest. You're not paying more than it actually costs for the item. You're not stretching it out 2, 3, 4 years for one item if you don't have to, because you can more than likely save by saving up for it, because now you're paying exactly for it, what it costs. Putting it on a credit card, you're going to pay what it costs, but then as long as it takes for you to pay it back, you're paying the interest on that and whatever other fees, or if anything happens, or if you add more charges, it just piles up. So try that. Try setting, no interest. That's a big deal. No interest. So save for it. Save for it and try that method. And of course, you can't save for a lot of big things at one time, but try it. Try it. Think about it when you go to buy things. Think about that. Number 4. This is the last one I have. Start like a cooling off period when you shop. So let's say you're someone who shops or likes to shop a lot, right? You like to shop a lot. So set them like a time. So set like, okay, well, I just went shopping. So now I'm going to give myself, when I go to the store or when I see something online, I'm going to give myself a cooling off period of like 24, 40 hours, 72 hours, or whatever the limit you decide you need for your boundary, and just say, like, let me take the time to think about it. One, do I really need this? Am I really going to use this? In a month or 2 or 3, am I still going to know where it is? Am I still going to have value for it? Am I still going to be interested in it? Or let me look at my budget. Does it align with my budget? Is it going to throw me off my budget? Think about it. So the cooling off period, take the time to really see and think, should I get this thing? Is this something I should be doing? So that's something that, some of us have to do because we'll just like, so think about it. So hearing those boundaries, let me know in the comments, will you set at least one financial boundary tonight or this week, or one of the two? I'm not going to put an extension on it. Tonight or this week. Yes. I hope to see in the comments. Put it in the cart and hopefully they clear it out for you. That helps too. Yes, some stores you'll fill your cart up and then you'll come back and it's out of your cart. Now that stinks for something that you really wanted and needed and you're coming back to get it and it's gone. But that is a good way. Yes, awesome. I love to hear it. So you don't have to share your boundary with me, but I would love to hear your boundary if you're interested in sharing, whether that be next week, whether you put it in the comments of the replay. But financial boundaries are awesome and something we should all have. So create the financial boundaries. Create the financial boundaries. It's important. And you will see a stronger financial success with boundaries because you're going to stay on track. You're going to stay the course. You're going to have things that's not going to derail you. You're going to see what's going on. You're going to be sticking to it. So that's going to be really good. A little bit ago, we had a question that came in. that said, do you have a good high yield savings account you can suggest? So there are quite a few high yield savings accounts right now. Well, there's a lot of things going on in the world today. So different things are changing. So the accounts that I had and recommend, I have to check and see what their actual percentages are now. But I know a really good one is, let me type it in because I don't want to say it wrong. Oh, we have a new comment? Yes, because I need one. I will this week. Awesome. That's good. All right. So this is a good one. I put this in the comment. This has a good interest rate. That's a good one. This is a good one. A lot of what you'll find too, a lot of credit card companies have higher interest savings accounts because they don't have like branches. They're saving all the money in that area. So you're putting your money into them. They're able to give you a higher interest rate for your money to grow quicker. Of course, if you're leaving it there, and that's the whole benefit of it. Leaving it there, allowing it to grow, and then check to see how much is funded. It's usually FDIC funded for $250,000. So be mindful of that. If something were to happen, if you go over that amount, be careful. Let's see. So the comment, it only went to one place, it didn't. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Look into that one. When I open up my Financial Clarity Academy in March, we'll be working on that. We have accounts that I recommend. We're going to talk about different credit things and different things to work on. A lot. I'm excited about that. But I'm not talking about that because that's a little bit down the ways. I'm looking forward to that. I have to look into these. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And you're encouraging me to look again. I have to see what the current rates are because things are always changing. So things that I always recommend, I have to make sure that those are still in good standings because I haven't looked recently. So one of the two I put up there I actually have personally. So highly recommend. All right. So those are all my tips. I'm happy to see that you all commented that you will be setting your financial boundaries for your financial success. If you care to share it with me, I would love to hear it. But start thinking about it. If you haven't decided today, set one. Maybe let me know next week. Now, I'm not going to put anyone on the spot and ask next week, like, did you set your... Well, I might say, did you set your financial boundary? But I'm not going to ask you to put it in the comments, if that makes sense. All right. But thank you, as always, being here with me on Talk Tuesday. And let's see, this is the last live of this month. Next month, we'll be talking about finances and relationships. Okay, for the month of February. You're welcome. Yeah, so that's what we'll talk about. That'll be our area of focus for next month. So stay tuned for those lives because that's what we'll be talking about. That's going to be a good topic. That's going to be a good one that we need to hear because we don't like talking about it, but we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. So thank you for being here. If you haven't already, I have a free download for a financial wellness check, which will help you to see where your finances are. It's 3 pages. The first page tells you all the numbers that you need to find with your finances. Second page has all the equations that you have to do. Third page tells you with your answers where exactly you are. So if you haven't gotten that already, get that. And I might do a little something with people who have it. I might actually, if they're interested or comfortable sharing their answers, I can record like a little video of something I might suggest for you to do, depending on where you're at. That's something I might do that. I gotta think about that a little longer. But yeah. All right. So if you haven't, here's the link. If you have, complete it. And I will see you all next week for our new topic. So keep working on your budgets. I'll see you all next week. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.